bum 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 bum. Hello. Wait. Okay, there we go. Hello. I'm a little off to the side. Okay, I need to fix my. Every time I feel like my model is shifting a little, I need to fix that at some point. Let me move over here a little again. Do this. That'll work. For now, that'll work. Anyway. Oh god, it's Saturday and I hope everyone's doing well today. Ugh. Also, Wally, I love how seriously you're taking the title. I'm just doing a little goof. I'm just doing a little memeing. Ace Attorney, what's next? Gay Attorney? I mean, listen. I'd argue that the gay came before the ace. Because I'm not sure if you could call Phoenix Wright an Ace Attorney in Game 1, but you sure as hell could call him a couple other things. Next thing you tell me is that we get lesbian assistant and bi prosecutor. I do think it's very funny that Larry is literally the only confirmed heterosexual character in this entire franchise. In a lot of games, actually. One of the few times where you can actually, without a shadow of a doubt, say, yes, this character is straight. Did I not post that I'm going live? I didn't post that I'm going live. I should do that. I'm gonna do that. There we go. Whoops. I forgot. Now let me switch over here. There we go. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Do this. Okay. Anyway, I hope everyone's having or had a lovely week, is having a lovely weekend. I was planning to start a little earlier, but then I forgot that I hadn't eaten yet, and my uncle's visiting, and he asked me to make some stuff for him. So now we're here. This might be a bit of a shorter stream. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Blaze, welcome in. How you doing? How you doing? I need more water. Hold on. There we go. Also, Bleach and Ghost Detective are canon to Ace Attorney. We have the Ghost Police, Ghost Detectives, and Medium Lawyers. I mean, yeah. Like, the supernatural thing like, supernatural occurrences in general, are just a thing. I wonder if we're gonna get to see much of that or any of that in this game. Huh. I think the funniest thing is that he's straight, but he for sure was trying out his options. Yeah, exactly. Not only was he like, sorry, I'm not into guys, but he's like, Nick, I've tried. Really, I've tried, but I just can't. I'm just not into men. Have you watched the calendar for HSR? I have not. I saw something on Twitter. Which, by the way, has been an absolute hellhole recently. I mean, it always is, but a lot of stuff has been happening. Some of which, you know. Hold on. I got distracted seeing a tweet on my timeline. Honkai Star Rail. The alleged. Do you mean the AI stuff? The thing that they bring up like every couple months, and every couple months it's debunked? Oh, is this the calendar? You mean this? Is it this? Fuck AI? Fuck AI indeed. Yeah, no, that's... I didn't even see the article. I just saw people, like, someone replying to it. Allegedly, it was like, what, somewhat like some article saying that Hoyoverse has been using Gen AI since 2023 or something without a real source. When, like, the only thing that there was an article in that year of them saying that they're not, and AI is nowhere near that level yet and stuff. And fuck leakers and fuck GMCA? True. Okay, what do we have here? Let me open this. Start game. I'm assuming this is like the start, like the start of February then. Impromptu performance. Trailer maybe? Nothing. Plan Arcadia, Myriad Celestia. Okay, there we go. Now we're okay, it's gonna be a packed week. A packed, week before launch. Special program on the 6th. That should be just next week then. Next Friday, okay. What is that? Whatever that is. Yao Guang impromptu performance again. Oh, trailer, I would assume. Keeping Up with Star Rail. Something else. Maybe something else, I don't know. Or these might just be random stickers. Okay, that's her character. Okay, impromptu performance, Keeping Up with Star Rail, and so there's maybe like another like teaser or Myriad Celestia or other thing. And that's launch day. Okay. So we're gonna be getting a lot of stuff this week. A lot of stuff this week. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I like that they're at least giving it to us late, rather than just, you know, not at all because of circumstances. Since 2025, maybe, but before that, no way. Yeah, and like even now, I mean, like, I'm sure that Hoyoverse and like other game companies have been using AI for a while, not specifically Gen AI, but AI has been used in like other areas to facilitate development. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, you know? That's not inherently a bad thing. But yeah. Like personally, for now I'm not too worried, especially because at least with their current games, I don't know. Like right now, of course, that's speaking for like the development team, but these people are working their ass off. They are doing their best to deliver what they believe to be like the best of what they can do. So the Euphoria script being written with AI would explain all the plot holes in Mighty's story. You know what? You're right, actually. You're right. Cancel Hoyoverse. The signs have been there all along. I think they didn't do nothing this week because this week was ZZZ livestream, so I didn't want to clash. Yeah, that's what I've heard as well. Which is just our character, if they got accused of murder, would be the easiest to handle and proven innocent by the Right Anything Agency. I mean, anyone that didn't commit a murder, so that's one. I mean, we kind of went over it in the stream, which, by the way, the video is gonna be up soon, next week-ish. I just gotta make the thumbnail and think of what to do with the thumbnail. But video with like the assigning Ace Attorney roles to HSR characters should be up next week. I don't know. I can't really like off the top of my head. There's like so many characters that I can't really think of anything right now. Probably Bailo. I mean, yeah, I guess the kids. To be fair, I mean, Huahua would be an option, I guess. I don't know. Hi, Mania. Bye, Mania. Could we use AI for every scene with Mayuri Kuichi, which makes sense because the story generally turns brain dead every time that Leech is on screen. Ow. Is that the Bleach author? Also, what do you mean, like, we gotta differentiate between AI, just AI, and generative AI, because those are one can be good, one sucks, one is ass, one should not exist. Also, I haven't kept up with anything. That's Bleach, right? Pretty sure that's Bleach. I haven't kept up with Bleach in a while. Okay, any other HSR news? I think it's just that. Yeah, I think it's just that. There's that. Drip marketing, and that's it. Yeah. Whoops. Na 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 na. Ra-da-ba-ba. Okay. Anything else new that I wanted to share? Not that I can think of. I've been thinking about. I've been having some ideas, content ideas, that I don't know if I'm gonna bring them up yet. I'm probably gonna wait a bit and wait and see. Because right now, I'm still trying to like balance what I have right now, which is, you know, just regular streaming and anime reactions and, you know, shorts, videos and whatnot. Which, by the way, there's been a little update to the Patreon, which I haven't actually posted on YouTube, but a little update on the shows that I'm currently watching on Patreon. And which, by the way, I also think I'm gonna start uploading shorts of the Patreon exclusives, which is everything, on YouTube soon-ish. Because if I don't have the time for videos, at least I can do the shorts. And that'll actually give me more to work with, because sometimes I just forget to like remember moments from streams and cut them out and do that, but whatever. It's Bleach and Mayuri stings if we really committed a genocide and the story brushes that under the carpet. I mean, is it I've never heard that. I've never heard of Bleach using Gen AI. That would suck. That would suck if that was true. First thing on the calendar should be dropping tonight at 11 EST. Yeah, so it'll be like tomorrow morning for me or something. So I'll react to it when I wake up, and then upload it. Whatever it is, if it's worth reacting to, I guess. Did you watch it? Yes, I watched it. Yes, I watched the Tomodachi Live react. Dude, I need to test if my old ass capture card is still working, because that's a game I want to play. It looks so fun. There's a lot more customization than I thought there would be. So absolutely, when that game comes out, I want to play it on stream. It was a joke? See, Walid, I wouldn't know that because I don't keep up with Bleach. But yeah, you can choose like whether to be male, female, or non-binary, which absolute props to them for just calling it non-binary and not something else vague. And you can also choose the character's orientation. So you can go full woke! Which I'm sure some people on Twitter have had a field day with, in one way or another. I just hate Mayuri, that's fair. Na, na, na. But yeah, I'm gonna have to test. I have a capture card from like a couple years ago that I haven't used since then. So I gotta see if that works. If not, then I might buy a new one. And try to figure that out. Yes, Nintendo is finally, wink wink nudge nudge, going woke. Oh god. What I'm really looking forward to the new Tomodachi Live is how we now probably have full control on who ends up with who. At least a lot of it probably. Like you can actively discourage, like encourage or discourage your Miis from interacting. So yeah. And we are absolutely going to make the entire Emphorius cast, I will have you know. I didn't see, like, I thought, like, size-wise, what you could do in Tomodachi Life, like your town could be like, you know, like something like Animal Crossing size, maybe, you know, like like regular town size. Not that you could make fucking islands and stuff, like, goddamn. It's a game where you can play God? Truly. Truly. And hey, I never got into Sims, but I can get into this one. P3R is unwoke because it removed a trans woman. Was a trans woman being used as a joke in poor taste, but still. I mean, to be fair, if they're just using a minority as, like, comedic relief, I would rather they remove them entirely. For P5, for the P4 remake, if they're not gonna do anything with Hanako's character, just remove her, because she has no use being there other than, like, haha, look at fat person doing stereotypically fat person things. Like, her character is so bad. Not like her, I mean, her as a character and just like her purpose. Like, in those cases, I would rather they just remove the minorities entirely, rather than just have them there for edgy something-ist bigotry humor, quote humor. Is it bad for a game or anime series to be non-woke or something? I mean, also depends on your definition of non-woke. Woke is literally just being aware of, like, things like social injustices, like acknowledging them and being a decent fucking person, I guess. So, like, I wouldn't even, like, what would we consider, like, what would I consider non-woke? Because everything can be woke these days to certain people. Woke is literally just knowing that, hey, minorities and these kinds of people exist and they deserve to exist. And not everything is black and white, and some things have to be looked at with nuances and things like that. Like, that's enough to be called woke. So, non-woke would probably be like, I don't know. What would you consider non-woke? Because, like, in essence, like, Ace Attorney is woke. Any Hoyoverse game is woke. Like, a lot of anime is woke in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, woke doesn't mean you have to have several queer characters and stuff in your show. If you have a big series and it happens to be only white, straight, cisgender characters, and, you know, any mention of, like, social injustice or other injustice is just snuffed out and shoved under the carpet, maybe that would be considered non-woke. But also then, like, it, you know, it depends. Like, nowadays, like, especially like right-wing people, they call anything woke that has even a shred of like, criticizing the government, or queer people, or other races, or transgender people existing. As far as I know, Fire Emblem had these characters at least since the GBA. Yeah. At the end of the day, representation matters, but if you're not gonna do a good, like, if you're not gonna respect said representation, if you're not gonna respect the people you are trying to represent, or claiming to represent, then just don't. Because then there's no point. Then you're only furthering the stigma and the stereotypes. Isn't that just every overweight person in Danganronpa? I mean, how many overweight characters have we even had in Danganronpa? Like, one? I genuinely can only think of one. I can only think of fucking, what was his name? Yamada something in the first game. I forget if we've had anyone else. Time to pitchfork those old kids shows. I mean, even old kids shows had their subtext or just straight up, like, representation. You know? And even then, it's also important to acknowledge that, like, just because something is, like, not as openly, quote, woke, doesn't mean, like, it's awful and deserves to be cancelled or whatever. You know, like, you can still like something and acknowledge its flaws. I can like P4 and acknowledge that Hanako's character is completely unnecessary. I can like Persona and acknowledge that there are some cases where, the humor was very much in the unwoke the territory. So they call it woke even if there is an important minority. Like, usually the so-called woke movies, games, etc. are bad things that happen to hyper-focus on these topics. Yeah, usually when people say, like, oh, this show or this game or whatever is turning woke, it's literally just the medium addressing things that happen in real life and shedding light on them. Right? You'd think they mean, like, oh, like, this is a game where every single character is gay and has rainbow hair and is making out with each other and is fucking performing surgery on kids to make them trans. But no, when you look at those games that people complain about, it's literally just, hey, there's a gay character, there's a trans character, there's a black character, and that's about it. And hey, this government is doing some fucked up shit to these people. Let's talk about that. Yeah, non-woke doesn't... Like, generally, I don't even know what non-woke means, because woke can be anything. And the meaning of the word woke has been twisted so much over the years by homophobes, among others, who think that literally anything queer or showing, you know, non-cisgender, white, heterosexual things is woke. So it's a very... it's hard to pinpoint because people have just been... It's just a buzzword at this point. Woke is just a buzzword. Like, Nintendo is woke. Ace Attorney is woke. Deltarune is woke as fuck. Toyo games are woke. A shit ton of, like, AAA titles, games of the year are woke. By these people's definition. It just depends on what these people want to acknowledge at that moment and not. If they like the game, then it's not woke. If they don't like the game, it's woke. Especially happens in games with urban setting because they reflect stuff that happens in the real world and they show stuff that happens in the real world, like minorities. Exactly. No crazy mania questions for now. Yeah, it's a weird topic just because like generally what you can mostly be sure of is that if you see someone on Twitter calling a game or a show or any like piece of media woke, it just means, hey, there's a minority in it, there's a queer person in it, or they talk about capitalism, or they talk about a bad government. Chances are, when people complain about something being woke, that's what they mean. So, there's that. Cue that group of people recommend. Oh yeah, there's an entire... Dude. We're gonna get into the game. But I do want, like, I'm gonna save it for later on in stream. I'm gonna save it because there is actually, like, yeah, like, that list. There's an entire list that some people made of, like, deciding whether a game is woke or not. And, like an entire, like, they have an entire, like, list of games that they consider woke or not woke, and based on whether they recommend them or not. Like, there's a non-binary character in this game, so it's woke and not recommended. Exactly, the Tomodachi Live stuff, like, people were asking for it, and now they're like, Nintendo has gone woke because they acknowledge that queer people exist. Oh no! The horror! Long given up, caring about the non-woke crusade. The most important thing is for people who don't mind woke games to support each other. Exactly. Exactly. They said TF2 is not woke, despite every gay and trans person I know playing that game. TF2 is woke as fuck. Yeah, no, hold on, but I do wanna. We're gonna do this later on stream because it is really fun. Woke or not game quiz. Yeah, woke or not. We're gonna do this later on stream. Like once we find a good stopping point for Ace Attorney, because it is so ridiculous. It is so ridiculous. Oh god. But anyway, speaking of woke, let's continue with our woke game. We're on case 3. Alright, okay, what voice did I give you? Something deeper. But that's all. Something that's easy on my voice because you're gonna be talking a lot. Too much woking the stream, can't sleep. Oh god. Yeah, I don't know if you guys were aware. If not, then I fear I have to break the news to you guys. I am in fact woke. This is in fact a woke channel. So I apologize if that goes against your beliefs and your culture. I respect your decisions, whatever they may be. Anyway, that is a vampire indeed. That is just straight up a vampire. That is a man who drinks tomato juice and sleeps in a coffin. He is very pretty though, yes. Oh god, I have something in my eye. My eye. Who? I feel like I know that quote. I couldn't tell you where it's from though. Okay. I need to find my British again. I need to find my British. Witnesses, your names and occupations. Whoops. There we go. Alright, we have 3 witnesses on the stand now. My name as well, everyone calls me Beppo. I drive an omnibus in the East End. Dude, trying to stutter and do an accent is hard. Ruse, fair play. I'm a banker in the city. My name's First. Lady First. I gotcha. I make hats for gents. Let's begin by confirming the facts. 3 days ago, at a short time after 10 o'clock in the evening... Okay, I am covering the text a little bit, I realize. I gotta put my arm down. There we go. There we go. That'll do. Good enough. This twink is gay as fuck. I believe I ain't woke, but I'm still fine with LGBTQ and stuff, even if queer friends. People used to point out that to me as if that was a contradiction. I mean, to be fair, again, being woke is technically just being aware of social injustices and acknowledging them. And not pretending they don't exist or being an asshole. So technically, that would be considered woke, yes. Yeah, I wouldn't call this man a twink. I would call Rionoska a twink for now. I would consider... I mean, to be fair, like, just by the nature of Ace Attorney's art style, there's not a lot of twink men in this game. twink gay men. I was gonna say Ronda Light, but Ronda Light is well, he at least likes women. I don't know. Oh, the blonde dude with the hat. Yeah, that's yeah, twink. You mean your religion, but you get the idea. I see. I mean, yeah, religion and that's a whole nother topic. Oh dear. Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Ah, I see. I've never played Castlevania. 3 days ago, at a short time after 10 o'clock in the evening. Whoops. Okay, there we go. All of you present in the stand were in an omnibus and witness to the aforementioned incident. Is that correct? Yes, sir. What, right? Yes, sir. That's right, sir. I forgot. Judge with hair. Santa Claus judge. I also forgot what advice I give you. Very well then, let's proceed to your formal testimonies, please. Each of you will tell the court precisely what you saw. Alright. It was the last bus of the evening, so I had a few customers. I remember it well. The victim and the man accused of killing him were next to each other inside the bus. Then out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged a knife right into his guts. It's Royd. That's Royd. That's Royd. He stabbed him. I screamed, I did. I couldn't help it. Is that a whip? Alright, Mr. Von Karma. But I mean, if you're the one riding the thing, then yeah, if you're the one, that makes sense. Kind of, yeah. As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus. And then I saw it too. I have no idea what voice to give these. It's just fluctuating. I'll figure it out at some point. Unambiguous testimony, I must say. Exactly, my lord. These men witnessed the incident in the omnibus with their own eyes. I'd like to ask a question, if I may. I'm also gonna just kind of keep flip-flopping between making Renoska British and not. So, yeah, it's gonna be inconsistent as hell. I love chat just making quotes that I don't get, and references that I don't get. Yes, counsel. Well, this testimony makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Why not? Well, the incident took place inside a moving carriage, didn't it? As has been clearly stated from the outset, yes. Well, in that case... Proper slap. How could those two witnesses possibly have seen what happened? There's no way they could have seen the inside of the moving carriage. And here is where our disadvantage comes in, because, we didn't get to examine the fucking crime scene! How quaint. I'd read that civilization in the Eastern Island nations was a good century behind our own. Okay, cue the racism! But you're here in London yourself. Are you really so ignorant about our omnibuses? Huh? Tell me, my Nipponese friend, have you even traveled in an omnibus? Well, no. We have only arrived in London this morning. No matter. I've arranged for us all to see for ourselves. The actual scene of the crime, that is. What do you mean? The actual scene? How? A carriage is designed to be moved, after all. Presumably you understand that much? Yes. The omnibus in which this bloody crime took place is here today, in this very building. What? The entire carriage! Bailiff, bring forth the stricken omnibus! Nora, how you doing? Just woke up, good sleep, didn't go to sleep until 2. I mean, hey, that's 7.5 hours! So that's an omnibus. The omnibus! I can't believe they could bring something so enormous in here. Great Britain's courtrooms are amazing. You know what, maybe I'll just have him, like, mutter or think in, without the British. As you can see, the omnibus is pulled by 2 horses and can carry up to 8 passengers. On my sickly Victorian child era? Oh no, get well soon. 4 passengers seated inside the enclosed cabin, and another 4 on the rooftop deck above. Every Londoner knows that the best views of the city architecture and sights are to be had from the top of an omnibus. My keyboard is tweaking out? Well, stop it. Tweakant. And I shall point out to our foreign guests that there is a skylight at the roof, allowing a view of the interior from the seats above. A skylight? Oh! The penny drops at last, I see. These 2 gentlemen were occupying the rooftop seats on this omnibus when the murder took place. That is how they came to witness the grim incident. Through the skylight. That makes perfect sense. 6-hour collab of playing Portal 2 yesterday and I'm very sleepy. Get some rest! Memes itself is an important theme of the Metal Gear Solid games. I've heard. I've seen a lot of meme stuff from the Metal Gear. From the Metal Gears. Wait, Mania, what did you say? I missed that first part. Oh, dear, okay, hold on. Cancel this as the first. In all my years behind the bench, I've never experienced a crime scene itself being brought into the courtroom. There are a number of important clues remaining inside the carriage, my lord. If you're gonna play the Metal Gear Solid games, get your thumb ready. By memes, we don't mean meme. I don't understand what any of you are saying right now. I will have you know. I would like to submit the omnibus itself as evidence. That is the prosecution's wish. Little gesture. Very well, I see no reason why not. This omnibus here is formally accepted as evidence. The entire thing, okay. I can't believe it. The entire crime scene entered as evidence? Yes. Great Britain is simply extraordinary. I might actually finish P4 this week? Hell yeah! Do you know, if you're playing Golden, do you know what to do to get the, like, the whole ending? Like, all of it? Because I sure didn't and almost fucked up. Not just jokes, but any idea or ideal passed around majorly? Are we on that track? Good, good, good. Metal Gear Solid fans better not show up on stream and start spooling, even when it's just meme quotes. One of these days, I wanna get to Metal Gear Solid, or just Metal Gear, just a Metal Gear. I could help myself a lot by giving that omnibus a thorough examination, seeing as it's here. You just walk up behind a stand and like, hold on, let me check this out. I need 1 second. Let us continue with the proceedings then. Your cross-examination, counsel. Pray don't expect this Nipponese this Nipponese stray to understand the intricacies of a British court's cross-examination rights. Deep breath. Alright. First cross-examination in a British court. Slap! If Van Dijk was in this chat, he'd be banned? Oh, absolutely. The moment he drops that Nipponese... Focus, Reynosuke. Focus! Reveal of the baddie, then I have to go to sleep? Alright, let's see here. I do want to okay, let me examine... Nope, not present, just... I mean, I guess, yes. Let me examine everything. Examine everything. Scaled with justice. Symbol of fairness. Do we have anything? Oh! Oh, his name. His band. I still believe that he's alive. I still refuse to accept that he is not. Autopsy report. Let me check over this again. Age 54. 15th, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Stabbed once in the abdomen with a knife whilst journeying in an omnibus. Died due to internal hemorrhaging resulting from the trauma. There's a photograph. It's pretty dark, isn't it? And the gloves. Definitely blood. Not the most pleasant sight to remember. No grumbling now, by the way. That's a good question. Is Mr. McGilden right-handed? Fuck. Exactly. I mean, maybe he's ambidextrous. That's fair. Anything inside? No. Okay. Let's open the door and go inside, shall we? Oh, we could actually just go in the middle. I love the idea of the judge and everyone just watching as Yonosuke and Susato walk into the carriage and just take their time inspecting it. And just leave everyone waiting. See, there's a handle. Oh, some stuff here. Someone wants to ask me if I'm Japanese or Philippines. Philippines! Nipponese isn't a slur though. He does use a slur in the original. Yeah, like it's not technically like, as far as I'm aware, a slur. It's just like it's very clear what he's trying to say. You know, like he's very clearly like the undertones are there. The Metal Gear No Solid games play. Why does chat keep scrolling? Play like Dookie because they're old and Rising is a fast character action hack and slash, which I don't think is your speed. That's fair. Oh my god, I hate when it does that. Being chips storing tools, so it's a storage compartment from the coachman to keep his things, it seems. Yep. The player characters do a domain expansion every time they do anything. True, true. No space for passengers to stow their luggage, that's for sure. Okay. That's that. The Great Exhibition. A lot of focus being drawn to the Crystal Tower. Excitement. No windows. Okay, notice. Oh, that's a notice for okay. Crystal Tower. Oh, that's the same thing? Okay. Can't open this one though. blood. Daily from the roof deck. Would you really stab somebody in full view of the other passengers like that, I wonder? It was after dark, lamp in there, so... Okay, it was after... Okay, so that explains the lighting. Doesn't seem like it was a planned attack. Can we look up? By a large skylight. It can't be opened from inside the cabin. Okay, that might be something to keep in mind. How many Ace Attorney games have you played? I have played both trilogies. I have watched playthroughs of the Investigations games. And yeah, like the Greatest Attorney is my first like blind experience, but I'm already very familiar with the franchise itself. Notice the overall vibe of this game is a bit more Professor Layton than Ace Attorney. Yeah, I get that. I mean, I guess it's just like the era and stuff, the time. This is the only one. Yeah. The entire trilogy I have streamed. The VODs are up on the YouTube. And yeah, the great Ace Attorney. I know bits and pieces because you just like you can't avoid everything, like characters and stuff. But like overall, like I have no idea how these cases are gonna go. Have you thought on doing a scripted, dramatized recap of your Ace Attorney streams? Because we need more scripted videos. That's an interesting idea. I don't think I could. I'd know how to do that though. Which bits and pieces do you, I know. I've seen some characters. Like I know of Funzies. I know. I knew of like the main cast. I knew beforehand. I knew of Shomes beforehand. I know something about Kazuma. Which I have been kind of spoiled on, but I have no idea how we get to that point. So right now, all I can say for certain is, which I would have already said in advance, like even without the spoiler, but I know through I don't know how, but I know Kazuma's gonna come back later on at some point. I don't know how he's gonna do it, but I've seen too much shipping content of Inosuke and Kazuma for him to just die off and stay dead in case 2. And that's about it, honestly. And I know that like they have the jury system here, although I'm not sure like how it works exactly. Yeah, to be fair, even if I hadn't gotten spoiled, I'm active enough in the fandom to know, like, if there's that much content of a character, they can't just die off case 2 and then never be brought up again. I don't even know the ending. I've seen like one picture where they're on a ship or something, and that's it. Okay. I mean, I guess that's all for the inside. So let's go back out. But yeah, I have no idea how we're gonna get to the Kazuma thing. Absolutely no clue. So... on Fifth Avenue, I mean, up there. Can we go, like, check up there? Roof deck of the omnibus. Up there. People sort of the nights of the cold air rushing past them. And they have to pay money to do so? That just made me think of something horrible. What? Can you imagine being dragged around the city in the freezing cold as a punishment? Perhaps that's the real price you pay to stay out late. God, I love Inosuke. Oh, the other bench? Okay, that's the same thing. There's a lot of content about Mia Fey and she died case 2. Exactly, like Mia came back like several times. Like, she died early on, but she didn't haunt, she kind of haunted the story. Like, she was there with us in the, up to the very last case of the third game, so. Okay, there's nothing. I almost didn't catch that. I almost did not catch this. Ah, yes. The Phoenix Wright Omnibus. What? I'm sorry? What do you mean, the Phoenix Wright Omnibus? Huh? What? I mean, I guess? Sure. Sure. I guess this is proof that Ryunosuke isn't Phoenix's ancestor after all. Or maybe different, like, I don't fucking know. That's a weird little thing. The Phoenix Wright paradox. Good to know that whoever owns this carriage is another ancestor of Phoenix, and he and Naruhodo are either relatives or get married later on. Anyway, the actual testimony. Alright, we're gonna press everything first, as usual. Sometime after 10. Right, I'll do this. Oh wait, no, not pursue. Okay, okay, not pursue. Freezing, in fact, and you had 4 passengers on board at that time. Not all traveling in the same parts of the bus. Still normal. No other passengers when the incident took place. No one alighted, for example. No other passengers. Still normal. Pumpkin Hut, welcome in. How you doing? Nobody fled the scene of the crime. Boss insists on it running. He does every evening. That's us. Still nothing. I do wonder sometimes if it's altogether worthwhile. Sorry to say. Are you good, buddy? Notice how if you zoom in and clip through his head, you'll see Kazuma. I mean, hey, to be fair, that man is living in Ryunosuke's head rent-free. On making 20 pence on the run. Still nothing. I spent that much on the pub on my way home just trying to warm up again. Okay. Hold it! He something to start the roof of the carriage. Okay, this way at least I don't have to like skip back and forth. I can see both of them if they react. When you sit on the top deck, the window's right there at your feet, right? He's actually Ryunosuke's twin because Ryunosuke and the owner of the Phoenix Wright Omnibus are both clones of Big Judge. You got the dominant genes while the PWO owner got the recessive ones. It all ties back to Big Judge. Wake up, sheeple. Pretty good view. Hey, 2 of them were wearing hats. And I couldn't exactly make out their faces, but there's not a shred of doubt in my mind that was Mr. McGilded. How can you be so sure? Is a gentleman of rather small stature. That's fair. Couldn't have mistaken him for anyone else. No room for doubt. I really wish there was. The surrogate mother is Wendy Oldbag. Oh god. Then out of the blue, the accused reached over and plunged a knife right into... Oh. fair, dinkum hard-working city bankers. Oh. What voice did I give you? I forgot what voice I gave you. Also, I didn't notice it at first, but when I was watching a I think it was Save Data's playthrough of this game, and I got like I only watch up to the parts that I've played, and they introduced the jury. I didn't even realize that we had, I think it was the first three, like the left half from this angle of the jury being very like on the side or like against the accused, while the other three seemed more neutral or didn't have much to say. So I'm gonna assume that's gonna be like my prediction is that what it comes down to is we're gonna have 3 who believe the accused is guilty, 3 who think he's innocent, and we're gonna have to convince at least one of them. Something of the sort. That maybe like it's always like 1 or 2 that are like on the verge, that are unsure, and we gotta persuade them. Whose Investigations playthrough have you watched? The Grums sadly have not played Investigations. They have not even finished the Phoenix Wright trilogy yet. They, much as I love those guys, they're not good with long series or longer series. I've watched Pixel Partners, I've watched Save Data, or currently watching as they finish up the games. I've watched bits and pieces of Crystal. And there was someone else that I watched that I don't quite recall right now. I forgot. Like me? Do it. Do it. Is his name John? Totally not Jack the Ripper. I mean, hey, yeah, let's like props to you for managing to throw that knife and catch it the same way every time. What voice did I give you? Something pompous. Something like dramatic, I guess. My lord! I'll get the hang of it. Junior number 3. What's the meaning of this? My mind is made up, my lord. Completely and utterly made up. Made up about what? I don't like the stinking rich. Never have. I mean, hey. Good on you. They're always up to something or other that they shouldn't be. Every one of them. And that little leprechaun of a man is no exception. Well, he can't fool me. That's how that works. I see. And he just gave us what... Okay. There's no point wasting time listening to any more of this. That's my opinion on the matter anyway. That's precisely what I was about to say. Yep. And then probably like the third lady. As the foreman of the jury, it is my duty to set a good example for my... I cannot speak. Oh good, we've lost 2. I assume they cannot take those flames back? What the... What is happening here? Let me see. Ah, yes. It seems that's how the members of the jury give their verdicts. With fire? Apparently, yes. White for innocent and black for guilty. As the 6 members of the jury make up their minds about the case, one by one, they each cast a ball of fire into the great scales of justice, as we saw a moment ago. So, if those enormous scales fall completely to the black side, does that mean... Crazy too, because the case, I'm honest, the Yuri case of all cases, and this is the one I'm okay, wait. Do you mean 2-4? The one with Adrian and Matt on guard? That's a banger case, by the way. Time for the very moment that the Capcom livestream spoiled the heck out of? Well, I don't know about it. I haven't seen it, I think. Let's do our very best to make sure that doesn't happen. Oh, you still rise from the ashes. Oh. Well, good luck. Da, 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 da. Sorry. I'm even more worried than I was before. Very well. The court acknowledges the change in the jury's stance. Counsel for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination. This is a nightmare. Screaming that I couldn't help it. You were sitting on the... Where were you sitting, though? Up on the roof? Which ones? Seeing the little gent sitting next to the fellow that was stabbed. I've been thinking about a new hat design, so I was just gazing out around, but then I happened to look down through the skylight. I should be moving over. But no. Seems to be all the same. Maybe I'll show like on the little icon when they intellectually attracted. No, Yuri as in Lana and Mia. Blaziken, how you doing? Hope you're also doing well today. From side indeed. Didn't help me at all. Like they're even more convinced the client did it than they were before. Huh. Who's the first? Yes. Oh! Excuse me. That's it. Later, I've turned into a mixed battle like I affected the heart. Later, the considerable size. Discovered as it plays around a certain initial. Now, is it gonna be McGilded? Okay, M could be literally anything. Please no. M for Magnus or McGilded. That is. Listen. You cannot convince me this man is not at least bisexual. Look at that zesty finger point.
Objection.
That, yeah. Skip, honey. Like, yes! Like in Mason!
Objection.
Ooh, okay. For I've owned. Looks of the accused. Every vampire is bisexual? You are right. You are correct. Not conclusive, but certainly compelling. Okay. Oh. My lord, if you'll forgive the interruption. Oh, juror number 2. Go on. Mr. McGilded is a pillar of society and a gentleman. And a gentleman's word should be sacrosanct. I know what that means, thanks to Honkai Star Rail, because there's a faction, or there is a category of Aeons called the Sacrosancts by the Shenzhou Alliance. So I looked that word up at some point, and now I know what that means, kind of. However... Oh, come on! Yep. Those 3 are... Okay, so those three are out. Those of us in service know we must accept hard truths. Wait, what are you about to... Dispose of the rubbish. I like Juror 2, she's my favorite character. This is my first time ever seeing her. That is valid. I like the third guy because he seems like a loser. I don't wish to cause offense, but I do like to eradicate traces of filth and grime. Oh? I have painstakingly typed every word uttered here today, and cross-referenced all the faces. As such, I am now in a position to draw the only logical conclusion. That's 4 out of, That's 4 out of 6, yep, who've proposed a guilty verdict. Only 2 left. So okay, wait, do we have to convince just 1? Is 1 enough? Every time I press these witnesses for more information, I just make the situation worse. What we need more than anything at the moment is more information. We're still very much in the dark. I suppose I'll just have to keep pressing the witnesses, knowing that more sparks may well fly. We mustn't give up hope that we'll uncover something. That will give us a way to fight back. I don't know why I thought the sentence ended there. But... Alright. I'll keep trying. I can't give up. I just need to keep calm and listen to the witnesses' statements again. Okay, that's the last one. And then I saw it too. What exactly does he see? The passenger collapsed on the floor? Obviously you're referring to the victim, the brickmaker, and then the prosecutor with a knife in his hand like this. Obviously you're referring to the accused, Mr. I mean, he didn't have the knife because the knife is still stuck inside the body, and also the body didn't fall to the floor, it was on the seat. And then plunge it down like this, stabbing the... Oh, that's what you mean. Huh. My lord, I wish to speak. Juror number 5. Do I take it that you two... No, don't do it. As the master of the London Guild of Coachmen, the idea of murder being committed in one of the city's carriages is utterly abhorrent to me. It wouldn't be right to make a decision before hearing all the facts, though, I said to myself. Thank you! Oh. But I've heard enough now. The horse has bolted, as they say. No, please, just keep it open, Stay up now, Silver Blaze! The finish is in sight! So we need to convince the old lady that there's still a chance. Peppo is a long-standing member of the guild, and I trust what the man said. Isn't the jury supposed to be neutral? And if you trust this man so much, and if they're a long-standing member and you know each other that well, then that's not really neutrality, so technically you shouldn't even be... Huh. Right. Right. Pretty sure you're not supposed to be a member of the jury if you have close relations to anyone involved in the case. I mean, by neutral, I mean that, obviously these people aren't neutral, but also I'm pretty sure that they stated earlier in the case that they were supposed to be impartial and neutral. The jury is supposed to be initially a neutral party. Pretty sure you're not supposed to come in there guns blazing with, like, your decision already made. You're actually supposed to, you know, listen to everything and not just go, I trust what this man says because I've known him for a long time. Pretty sure that's not how it's supposed to work. Which now means that 5 jurors agree to condemn this man. Grandma, please! Please help! Madam Juror number 6.
Yes, dear. What can I do for you?
You have heard the testimonies of the witnesses in the stand.
Oh, yes, I certainly have. Still got my hearing, you know.
Then pray tell, why are you yet to pronounce your leaning?
Well, dear, the thing is, I'm a creature of habit, me. I always go to the park at round this time of day and a nice bench and get on with my knitting.
Uh-huh.
There's a lovely little park just near where I live.
The Gilded Park. It's at least one person that's biased in our favor. You know what? I'll take it. You made Van Ziek sound like a crystal gem. I have no idea what that means, but I'll take it. If we ever finish Overcooked 2, I have another game we should 100% play. Ooh.
The gentleman donated it to the city, you know. To put a smile on the Londoner's face, as he said.
Backseat drivers? Oh no. I don't think I'm not sure if I know that one. I gotta look it up.
I can't imagine such a fine young gentleman would have it in him to take another man's life.
Yeah, this is very interesting because I mean, we have this old lady that's on McGilded's side, and like the audience very clearly seems to be. Which is usually not the case. Like, usually we have to fight the prosecution, sometimes the judge, the witnesses, and the audience. That was pretty dang woke. Oh yeah, Steven Universe, from all I've seen, is very much woke. He is always doing wonderful things for the city. That's right, a man like that wouldn't stab someone, Johnny. Mother, may we go to the McGilded Public Library later and borrow some more books? How many Londoners live with their heads in the clouds? Do you people not know? What kind of a man Magnus McGilded really is? What kind of a man is he? The philanthropist. Magnus McGilded. Has enough wealth to purchase the entire city he claims to value so highly. But where did all that wealth come from? I mean... there is something to like there is no ethical billionaire or the equivalent of it, so that is a fair point. Also, isn't a Shylock yeah, isn't a Shylock also a pretty derogatory term? From what I remember. Not derogatory. It's like a stereotype or something, I think, or like is it a Shakespearean character. Yeah, it's a stereotype. Right. I only remembered something about this because I actually forgot what the full name of the game is, but in Maho Yaku, there's a character called Shylock. And some people were trying to, you know, like, were complaining about that character being named after like like an anti-Semitic character or something of the sort, something along those lines. Your client is a Shylock, sir, and one with the very darkest of souls. What? Stone the crows? Is that a saying? McGilded lends money at extortionate rates of interest, so his victims have no hope of repaying. When they default, he takes possession of everything they own. He is a vulture that preys on the weak.
I've never heard any mention of that before.
Your faculties haven't deserted you, I'm sure, madam. So has this thought not crossed your mind? Would a man wealthy enough to buy London in its entirety not have a carriage of his own? What possible reason could this man have had to make use of a public omnibus service? But I mean, if he has... But wait a second there. So are you saying he has the money? If you're still insisting that he has the money and he came into that money through unethical means, then yes, why wouldn't he have his own carriage? Why would he drive in a public carriage and get himself caught up in all of this? You're not saying that. The victim, a poor brickmaker, had next to nothing to his name save considerable financial liability. It will come as no surprise that his creditor was the accused, Magnus McGilded. But let it also be known that the very day Mr. Mason was killed, it was the final payment date for his debts. Of course it was, because why wouldn't it be? The brickmaker was destitute. He had lost his house, he had not a shilling with which to repay his debts. And in the end, this pitiful soul had the very last thing he owned taken from him, his life. By the merciless philanthropist pretender, Magnus McGilded. I don't believe it. If I might add something briefly, Miss Susato? May we succeed? Who knows? Probably not, but it would be fun, and that's all that matters. Think we could do it? We probably could. You claim that the victim had been lent money by Mr. McGilded. But where is the evidence to support your claim? Thank you, ma'am. Unless... I didn't even know what is that... Where did that glass come from in the bottle? Where did that come from? Just to look cool, you know what? That's fair. Pray forgive the discourtesy of filling my hollow chalice in a court of law. Ah, there it is! Lon Funzig's hollow chalice. How can this be considered acceptable? Oh, you have no idea, buddy. But I find myself in unexpectedly good humor. I had heard ladies from the Far East could show great courage, but I didn't expect to experience it myself. That's a compliment. Ah! As judicial assistant to the defense, I am simply doing my job. What a pity that your display of courage is in vain. This is the debtor's ledger, which details all the monies loaned by the accused. You will find the victim's name clearly recorded inside. Oh. Allow me to present this ledger as evidence. And pray forgive the discourtesy of raising my chalice in a toast to the enigmatic East at the same time. A marvelous toast, counsel. I will gladly accept this new evidence. Oh yes, 20 guineas. The victim owed a considerable sum. And the accused made quite certain he had ample recompense. Whatever.
Well, it would seem I've had the wool pulled over my eyes.
Regrettably, madam, that is the modus operandi of the accused.
It is such a pretty little park, too. What a scoundrel. Still, maybe it's all for the best.
Let's think about this a little more before.
I don't stand for nonsense.
Well, that was a fast trial. Okay. So, this is, I reckon, where a certain great detective would somehow swoop in and save our trial, right? The last juror, we didn't even get a chance to do anything. So, it appears we are in a pickle. According to this encyclopedia of British law, when all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, I cannot read. Court proceedings are suspended and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. That's what it says here. The final verdict's over. So what was that thing that, what's his name, Strongheart? What was that he was saying about, you can't possibly lose, it's an easy case? Bitch! A footnote? A footnote? However, the defense... Let her finish! All 6 members of the jury are now in agreement in this case. Allow me to convey my respect for your swift and righteous decision. According to the laws of this country, I will now conclude the trial by delivering my final verdict. I trust there are no objections. 3, 2... Susato, what were you saying? Miss Susato, just tell me one thing. Oh, yes? You were in the middle of saying something before. A footnote in your encyclopedia of British law. However, the defense... What did it say next? Oh, yes, of course. One moment. When all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. Then the footnote says, however, the defense has the right to demand a summation examination of the jurors at this point. Oh? And what is that?
Objection!
His objection is so fierce. The summation examination. From which century has that tome you have there been resurrected? Oh. Judging from the binding, I would say that book is at least 50 years old. Any modern text on British law wouldn't even give such an antiquated procedure a mention. It's a relic, long forgotten and certainly no longer practiced. So you're out of luck. Oh. What even is it, Miss Susato? This so-called summation examination. Oh, one moment and I'll read about it. Or Van Zieks, if you could just tell us. You would demand the right to a procedure before you even understand what it means. Listen, buddy, I'm desperate. I got nothing to lose. Typical Nipponese. Alright. Alright, Mr. Naruhodo, I think I understand. It seems that under this procedure, we would be able to appeal to the members of the jury. To do what exactly? Appeal to them to change their leaning and reverse the decision. Okay, so they can't take it back. If successful, the proceedings of the trial must be resumed. Make them reverse their decisions. Yeah, he absolutely is very much racist. And I assume that we're gonna have his character development. And by the way, like... Again, I don't actually know the, like, how much people like fanziques, but I would say that currently this man is about just as much of an asshole as Nayuta was. Just putting that out there. And I know that one is very much not particularly liked by the fandom. Just saying. In times gone by, baristas would use a summation examination to attempt to influence the jury's decision. But that procedure became something of a formality with no practical benefit, really. So it rather fell out of use. I wonder why. Because it was devoid of purpose. Changing just one member of the jury's mind would be hard enough, let alone several. I have Nora, yes. No self-respecting defense barrister would even assert his right to try in this. Well, I have watched parts of it. Still, I don't see any mention of the procedure actually being formally revoked. What are you suggesting? I feel like you have at some point, which is awesome. Oh god. I'm suggesting that although it may be antiquated, I think that's how I pronounce that word, and largely forgotten, it isn't yet extinct. I feel like the accent is changing the way I voice these characters. It's a little tricky to stick to, like, to be consistent with it. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? A summation examination. Our last possible option. Do we assert our right to carry it out or admit defeat? Well, if you have to ask that, then obviously the answer is forget about it. Damn it. Also, what's my favorite show? Ooh. Mr. Naruhodo, are you sure that's the right decision? You heard what the judge and the prosecutor said. It's an antiquated procedure. It's history. We barely know our way around the law that's in use today. What hope could we have of pulling it off? Perhaps what we don't know can work to our advantage. Sorry? In any case, there's really only one course of action available to us here. What we can't afford to do is allow this trial to end. You're right, Mr. Settle. Let's bring this into... Let's bring this antiquated procedure back into the present day. The defense wishes to assert its right to a summation examination, my lord.
Objection!
London is the capital city of the most powerful nation on earth. We have a duty to the world to exemplify the very highest standards of judicial procedure. Summation examinations are an embarrassment that should remain buried.
Objection!
I will say that, much as I love him, Ryunosuke, and much as I compare him to Apollo, he could really take a few lessons from Apollo in regards to his exclamations. Because that objection is kind of weak. Like, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of weak. Everything else is fine, but the objection, it's missing that power, missing that oomph. That whole sentence gave oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale. Funny how there's someone else playing this exact same game, an exact same case, all streaming live on YouTube. Gee, I wonder. I wonder who that could be. And perchance are they also on the exact same... Oh no, you're showing on YouTube. Well, that's funny. But also, if you had been on Twitch, then I could have made a joke out of that. But oh well. But also, Sam, how welcome in. How you doing? I cannot speak. Don't mind me. But if it's our right, it's our right. I believe it could prove vital in this trial. The defense's petition is perfectly valid. The court will proceed with the summation examination. Okay. A judge that didn't even need much convincing. Okay. Yeah, have Vrianolska scream his lungs out at 5 in the morning, like a certain other defense attorney. This is madness. Foreman, are you and the remainder of the jury ready? Well, there was no mention of this in the letter I received, you see, so, all members of the jury will be asked to explain on what grounds they have... Okay! That's good! You must all justify your decisions and explain why you believe the defendant to be guilty. That should just be standard procedure, I'm gonna be honest with you here. Well, my lord, you're rather putting us on the spot.
This is most irregular. No mention was made of this before.
I don't really hold with all this justifying luck. Seems to have thrown the jurors off. Yeah, why would that throw you guys off so much, huh? Why would that throw them off so much?
It seems none of them have experienced this before.
Alright then, the summation examination. Can we stop saying that word? The SE. Defense procedure to practice... No practicing lawyer has attempted for years, is it? Well, just maybe. Might be the opportunity we've been looking for to turn this trial around. What do you mean? I have to actually explain my reasoning. What do you mean I can't just go random bullshit and throw my fire into the scale? That's how it's always worked. So be it then. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court hereby calls upon you to state the grounds on which you find the defendant Magnus McGilded guilty of this most serious crime. Ah! Judicial findings. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. There was no one else inside our carriage at the time, so it has to have been him.
I trust the driver. He has an excellent memory, it seems. 4 passengers with fares totaling 20 pence.
I mean, that's his job. He should know how much, number one, he should know how much it costs for someone to ride his carriage, and 4 people isn't a lot of people. That's not particularly great memory. Sir, please, don't make that motion. I mean, respect to that lady for staying calm, but... He stuck the chap next to him just like this! Brazen, I must say, absolutely brazen!
I have simply typed and collated all the statements made thus far and drawn the logical conclusion.
You can trust the guild, fair fares is our motto. We haven't raised prices above 4 pence for years. This scoundrel stabbing that poor man on the floor, it beggars belief. You haven't even given any reason. What? I'm starting to wish I hadn't pushed this now.
Some of the jurors don't seem to have wonderfully formed arguments, though, do they?
No, they have no arguments. Like, one of them, the first one had a good argument. Because at least he was saying, he was arguing based on what we know, is that there was no one else in that carriage. The others were just like, I trust this man that I've either known for 10 minutes or 5 years. Dude. I mean, I do appreciate juror number 3 might be my favorite. He is very fuck the rich, and I appreciate that. Well, let's see what we can do. We need to get these people to change their minds. I'll have to throw everything I can at them and use some very persuasive language. Just a moment, Mr. Naruhodo. According to my book, that's not quite how it works. Oh? I thought I was going to have to thaw their icy minds with some heartwarming rhetoric about the defendant. Unfortunately, once the jurors have decided the defendant is guilty, they are unlikely to heed anything the defense says. But then... They've reached their conclusions by their own reasoning, you see. Your pleas will sound like excuses. I mean, yeah, to be fair, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. You actually need to present, like, proof. In fact, it could recoil on you. The more you try to persuade them, the more entrenched they may become. Then what on earth am I supposed to do? My reasoning? I'm biased. I don't care if he's guilty or not. Fuck the rich. Like, at least you gotta respect that, at least. What's with Ace Attorney and bad jurors? Yeah. Oh dear. I'm just citing what I've read about British law, Mr. Naruhodo. Right, I'm sorry. Do you have any idea how to make this work, then? Well, from what I can understand, the key to this procedure is using the juror's own words to make your arguments. Yeah, like they're actually trying to make use of, like, genuine, like, rhetoric and how people, like, behave in debate. Well, the 6 members of the jury are randomly selected members of the public. Quote randomly. They may appear to present a united front, but the truth is, they are complete strangers who just happen to find themselves here in the courtroom together. Turn them against each other! Exactly. We must listen very carefully to what each member of the jury says, and see if we can identify any contradictory statements. If we can, then we contrast the statements and pit... It's your turn to die all over again! Although technically I feel like... I'm pretty sure that this came before your turn to die, but whatever! So it's contradictions in what 2 or more jurors say that we're looking for. In a way, then, this is similar to a regular cross-examination. Yes, I suppose you're right. Alright, might be able to... Slap! Double slap! I have to pull this off. Attaboy. Okay. Take the stand! Okay. The defense's rebuttal. Okay, so R for Pitt. No one else inside the carriage, so it has to have been him. I trust the driver. He stuck the chap next to him just like this. Brazen, I must say. Absolutely brazen. I've simply typed and drawn a logical conclusion. We haven't raised prices above 4 pence for you. Wait, like 4... Wait. Like they haven't raised the prices above like 4 plus pence, or just even now it's supposed to be just 4 pence? Stand that woman on the floor. Oh, there we go. There we go. Ooh, I like that. Yep, on the floor and next to him.
Objection!
Ooh. These two statements are completely contradictory. What? Explain, counsel, post haste. I think it's 4 now is what he means. Yeah, I don't know, I guess I'll keep that in mind.
Oh, dearie me, I was only knitting a jumper for my other half.
Oh, the knife is yeah, sure, just stick the knife in there. Why not?
What is this claptrap? What does contradictory even mean, I ask you?
What do you mean? What does contradictory even mean? Oh, I've seen like snippets of this. You know, like actually like walking around. Okay, but hold on. Does he do it for the other side too? I don't know. I just think like the way he leaned his weight there, very, you know, it's behind me, but you can't see it. But very, you know. We've heard from more than one witness that they allegedly saw the actual moment when the defendant stabbed the victim. Now, out of curiosity, juror number 3.
Rummy, how you doing?
Yippee! Walking in my ace attorney?
Thank you for the hydrate and stretch. I shall do so, and the yippee!
Yeah. Woo! Very punt, but with a C, indeed. Yeah. Okay, I have stretched. And I am hydrating. You got spicy water? Nice. Now, out of curiosity, juror number 3. Oh, whoops. There we go. What? Can't you see that I'm busy here? You good? You need help? How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim? What sort of motion was it? Huh! Want to test me, do you? It was like this! Struck the fellow next to him without getting up, just like the prime banker said. I feel like my voice for this guy is just louder. It's just loud. That was Mr. Fairplay's testimony quite true. And now then, juror number 6.
Oh, is that me, is it? What can I do you for, young man?
How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim, madam?
Oh, well, dear, as far as I understand it.
Into your lurkies.
It was like this. He stabbed the poor man after he collapsed on the floor. The coachman said so.
And I pointed that out, by the way. Now, don't move! Take a look at these 2 jurors. He stuck the fellow next to him without even getting up. And he stabbed the poor man after he'd collapsed on the floor. Well, I never there. They're stabbing in totally different directions. What?
Bless my stitches, what a muddle!
What this tells us is that there's a strong possibility one of the witnesses isn't telling the truth.
Oh.
But why? Why the dickens would they lie? I don't know that yet, but what I do know is that if the trial ends at this point, we may never find out. We may never know the real truth. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, can you really let that happen or in all good conscience?
Lies, you say? Oh, dearie me. I can't abide people telling lies.
Oh, so you just keep tossing fire until it evens out? You know what? We'll take that.
The scales.
I don't believe it. Now here there's my fellow jurors. I warn you, you cannot listen to this man. Look at him in his black suit. He's clearly some devious Eastern sorcerer using magic on us all. If I could use magic, do you think I'd be putting myself through all this? Answer me this, Dark Jinx. Uh-huh. Me? What exactly is the problem? What of it if two witnesses have slightly different recollections of events? Oh my god, you are all incompetent. What of it? Let's say the Shylock did stab the victim as he was sat next to him in the omnibus, and this young dandy saw him do it. And now let's say the victim collapsed on the floor and then the Shylock stabbed him again, and this old lady saw him do it. Well, let's say it didn't happen. Oh, okay. But I'm pretty sure. Stabbed once. I call bullshit, sir. Who are you calling a dandy, sir? Why, I should take this knife to you. I should stab you right here. I love this guy. Who are you calling gold? Why, I should take this needle to you. They're ready to kill each other now. Could the foreman of the jury be right? Did the two witnesses see two different methods at the same time? Yeah, sure. It's true. There's an outside chance of almost anything you care to mention. Exactly the point I've been trying to make. Before you go any farther, Miss Naruhodo. Oh, what is it, Miss Susato? I think I should have a look through the court record. You should have a look through the court record. You see, this evidence makes it quite clear. There isn't even an outside chance of what the juror. There isn't even an outside chance of what the juror is saying. How did I miss that? Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. You, I mean, I didn't. I made you miss it. Unfortunately, Mr. Foreman. What is it, you dog jinx? Come on, out with it! What you're suggesting is impossible. It's out of the question. What are you talking about, man? How can you possibly say that? You do realize that I'm only doing my job. As foreman of the jury, I have a responsibility to steer everyone in the right direction. I feel like I want to just exaggerate this guy's accent until he's almost incomprehensible. So where's your evidence, man? That's what we want to say. I see the two first witnesses saw different moments of the same crime. If you say it's out of question, then show me some proof. Looks like the only way I'm gonna convince him is to present him with something he can't dismiss. Some hard evidence. I'll give you the proof. It's out of the question that the two witnesses saw two different moments of the same crime, as proven by... Take that! See? His objection should have more of that. This is the victim's autopsy report. According to what's written here, Mr. Mason was stabbed in the abdomen only once. Only once? It's quite simple. The victim was stabbed precisely one time. Which means these witnesses can't possibly have seen it happen two different times. What? Alright, I concede defeat. Just like that. Well done, Mr. Naruhodo, you did it! If we can manage to change two more jurors' minds, we can force the trial to continue. Two more. Actually, there is something else that's bothering me about a couple of their assertions. And that's where you must strike next. It feels like the opposite of Apollo, Phoenix and Apollo sometimes. Those two are stupid but confident. Inosuke is like Athena, where he's smart but anxious. I mean, to be fair, Phoenix, yes. I would even claim that, well, no. Yeah, no, Inosuke is definitely smarter than Apollo and Phoenix were because he is doing all of this without any formal education. He had 40 days to study this system, and he's just winging it. Phoenix and Apollo had years. To be fair, Apollo did have the Christoph Gavin debuff, where Christoph probably never let him handle any cases and never let him gain any actual experience. Phoenix, no excuse whatsoever. I mean, he was studying law on the fucking side. Honestly, all in all, Inosuke might be the smartest one of the bunch, or like the most. He can adapt the quickest. Okay, same thing. They still weigh heavily on the head of guild. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. I'm no lover of the rich, but I despise liars even more. Innocent is my call, for now at least. Okay, what does the new lady say? Also, it seems like their lines are a little more like, or is that just me? Yeah, their lines are like a little, what do you call that? Not blank, not grayed out, you know what I mean. Faded. One of the poor men is innocent after all, okay. So these are the ones that we already convinced. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, 20 pence and 4 pence. I'm gonna do that. Objection. A darker green, yeah. Those two statements clearly contradict each other. Me? Oh dear, what have I said? I swear on Silverblaze's name and may I have the refrigerator you're talking about. According to the group testimony we've heard so far, there were 4 passengers on the omnibus on the night in question. And according to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, he took 20 pence in fares. Quite right. I have those precise details typed neatly in here in front of me. And juror number 5 also told us the following. The fare from the omnibus is always 4 pence. But it is a fair and convenient single price. Just the way London's carriages should be operated. Oh god. But that doesn't add up at all. In fact, it leaves a glaring discrepancy in the facts. Why, man? Why? 4 passengers paying for... Oh! See, I was mathing wrong, but I still turned out to be right. If it's 4 pence per person, then it will be 16. It would be 16 pence. As I said, it doesn't add up. The figures are different. By 4 pence, in fact. Or precisely, 1 person's fare. Even doing Kazuma's sword lead. Oh, I'm so proud. 1 person's fare. Yes. In other words, on the omnibus that night, it's distinctly possible there was another passenger we've heard nothing about. Good gracious. Good, honest men, one and all, trustworthiness, so, The figures your coachman claims most certainly do not add up. Your watchword, good sir, is a fallacy. I beg your pardon. Mr. Guildmaster, I think you ought to consider that if the trial were to end now, The news will surely spread all over London. The news that one of your coachmen tried to hide the fact that he lets nefarious characters ride his omnibus. Alright, then how do I make it so this miserable trial doesn't end, huh? Well, according to my book here, you simply launch a ball of fire into the innocent side of the set of scales. Jesus. Now hold your horses now, Coachman. We were all in agreement. Why do you have to go and... Nope. So only the foreman is disagreeing now, it seems. If we get the other two. Mm-hmm. Begging your pardon, sir. I'm going to do the same. And there we have it. For the love of Mike? Where is he? Mike, rebalance the scales. Mike, snuff out the fire. Mike, throw another ball of fire into the scales. Not you as well. A penny can be the difference between a smile and a tear, after all. I certainly can't put my trust in someone who doesn't follow my exacting standards in financial matters. Oh, really? Mike, prove my client innocent. I, for one, think it's only proper that we hear from the witnesses again. Wait, that means 4 jurors are now leaning to not guilty. We've done it, Mr. Naruhodo. We've won! Well, winning is a strong term here, but we haven't lost yet? What are you playing at, you dandy fool? Shut your trap, sir! No one deceives me! But we had a consensus! I said shut your trap. I love this guy. He's so fun. I know a liar when I say one. If the chap ever dares to cross the threshold of my shop, I'll take this razor-sharp blade and shave every last hair of his head. Buddy, you, that... I'm gonna move on. Please tell me he's a barber. Well, in quite a remarkable turn of events, the defense's summation examination has flipped the balance of the scales of justice. The jurors now stand at 2 for guilty and 4 for not guilty. Accordingly, there is no longer a large enough majority among the jury for me to adjudicate, and the trial must continue. Hey, Fonziques, you got anything to say about that? I hereby ask the defense, prosecution, and witnesses to return to their places. And I call upon all of you to continue to pursue the truth. So, Lord Fonziques, continue to substantiate the case for the prosecution, if you please. While he does that, I will too. Okay. Having savored the rich aroma of the carmine contents of this hollow chalice and not drunk it, it may seem crass to crush it to dust. Pray forgive. Then why did you? If you know that. Is it cold here or is it just me? As your acquainted antiquated tome no doubt says, the prosecution may not speak during a summation examination. Oh, and he actually stuck to that. Good on you. So I honored a deathly silence and listened to the charade. It seems I overestimated the intelligence of the jury. Okay. Well, no matter. There is nothing so hard to prove as a self-evident truth, it would seem. No, and why else would we grace the courtroom with our presence after all? So, let us proceed to the next round of battle. Okay, the cape's off. Bring forth the witnesses once more. Once you fix your racism, you might be the best prosecutor in the series. Best prosecutor, isn't it? Yeah, like best prosecutor in terms of actually knowing how to prosecute. And actually, like, not being a dick well, he is a dick about it, but, you know, it might be him, Edgeworth these days, and, I mean, Clavier technically, but Clavier isn't, like, disrespecting the court with his behavior. It's just that, like, his attire, you know, but also, you know, doesn't really follow, like, the dress code or anything, but... Witnesses, I trust you heard the summation examination we have just had to endure. Oh, yes, sir, that I did, sir. Of course I heard it. Oh, yes, sir, I heard it. Would you rather have him as a prosecutor? Or Francisca Godot as the prosecutor? They will whip you and through. I would prefer Von Zieks any day, because, like, listen, he may be racist, but at least so far, like, he is racist, but in a classy manner. Like, for some reason you feel less insulted by him than you do by Francisca or Godot. With him, it's just racism. Francisca and Godot attack you personally. They attack you as a person, as who you are. You, sir, on the end. The coachman. I believe it's Beppo? Yes, sir, my lord, sir. At least it's just racism. Only an ace attorney. If it transpires that in your previous testimony you were attempting to veil the presence of a fifth passenger on your omnibus, you will be found guilty of perjury. You are advised to bear that in mind, sir. Perjury brought up for the second time? What is this game? Oh, mio Dio. Are you Italian? I was gonna say French. No. Italian? Spanish? I don't know. Now then, witnesses, I hereby call on you to testify before the court again. You will explain the various misgivings brought to our attention by the defense's summation examination. History prosecutors are so fucked up that a racist prosecutor from the 1900s is more favorable than some 21st century prosecutors. Hey, listen! There's a couple of prosecutors that I would prefer Von Zieks over. Every Payne, Francisca, Godot, Von Karma. Yeah, there's a couple. And then, I mean, like, in terms of, like, who I'd rather face in court. I like Francisca, I like Godot. The other two, but just in terms of, like, who I would prefer in a trial, yeah. Rather Von Zieks or Nayuta. I mean, I like Nayuta. And to be fair, Nayuta has had his development, so currently it would be Nayuta. He's just a bit of an asshole. But he's less of an asshole now. Like now it's like asshole, but in the friendly way, you know? He's a friendly asshole. He doesn't mean it anymore. So it would depend on Funzix's development. You hate Nayuta and its development is kind of mid? I mean, listen. There's characters that are just as bad as Nayuta in terms of their, like, prejudice or slash just behavior. Like, people love Godot. People love Franziska. People already liked Franziska before she had her more major developments. So I feel like it is a little unfair. Not to say, like, of course it's different situations. And I do get the people that don't like Nayuta or that are uncomfortable with this character because of, like, religious reasons, you know, like religious trauma and all that. I definitely get that. But other than that, like, he's not that different to other asshole prosecutors we've had. Just for some reason, with him, people notice it more. As I've said before, Nayuta doesn't have the funny buff. The other prosecutors were funnier. Nayuta is very no nonsense. If Godot wasn't as ridiculous as he is, then, you know, like, at the end of the day, Nayuta is not that different to the other prosecutors who needed their development. And that's not that, of course, that's not to say that, like, you're not allowed to prefer one over the other, obviously. Like, at the end of the day, it's a matter of preference. Just like when you boil it down, like, they're not very different. And of course, you can criticize the presentation of his character in certain aspects. Absolutely. I do think they could have handled his character a bit better. I do think that, I don't know. I get it. I think Spirit of Justice, I'm gonna be honest, has a problem of being very long in general. I think they could have shortened that game a bit and, like, tightened things up here and there. But when he was outside Karai, he could have acted far better, but he didn't. I mean, not really. We could have seen him, like, whether he was in court in a Karai's court or regular court, he wouldn't have changed his attitude much. Like, that's usually not how that, like, I mean, that can't be how it works, but I do think that I would have preferred if early game we had gotten to see more little interactions between him and Apollo, you know? Like, they've established that they knew each other early into the game, absolutely. But I get it, like, as much as I like Nayuta, I do really like Nayuta, but I do think, like, something was lacking. Like, something just didn't quite click. But I can't, like, quite put my finger on it right now, like, off the top of my head. Yeah, like, Game 6 is good. They could have shortened cases 3 and the last one. Case 3 might be my least favorite case. But to be fair, it also has one of my favorite cases, which is 6-2. So, you know, there's that. The overarching plot was good. Yes, Blaze, she did. She whipped him unconscious at some point. And, you know, we have Godot throwing his coffee at him. All things considered, Nayuta is by far not the most hostile or the worst of them all. It's just that the others are funnier And honestly, I think that's pretty much it. I think if Nayuta had more humor, if Nayuta was funnier with his comebacks and stuff, and I guess more sarcastic, he probably would have been received a bit better. Let me see here. 218. Okay, you know what? I did say the charisma too. Yeah, the charisma too. I did say today was gonna be a shorter stream, so we are gonna save here for now, but we're not gonna end yet because going back to what we were talking about earlier on stream. I guess save again. We're gonna be playing a couple rounds of woke or nah. Because why the fuck not? Yeah, exactly, Rose. Like Nayuta was just openly an asshole. Sure, whatever. To those of you who don't know, I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. Essentially, there is an entire list online, on Steam, or an entire group, the so-called woke content detector group, that has just gathered a bunch of games and classified them in regards to whether they are woke or not. Quote woke, what right-wingers would consider woke these days, to which the bar is very low. And we're gonna play a little game of deciphering whether the presented games are considered woke or non-woke on that list. So that's gonna be fun. Different game. Okay, classic, where the full list is available, filters out the easier games, only keeps the games that have a more even split between woke or nah guesses. Guess which games from my own Steam library? Probably everything. Like, I'm not gonna lie, probably all of them. We're gonna go with classic first. We're gonna start with classic. Caravan Sandwich. Caravan Sandwich. I'm gonna go with no. Okay. I had a feeling. Okay. Contains overtly pro-LGBTQ+ and overtly pro-DEI messaging. The player character's family has 2 dads. Nefla is referred to with they/them pronouns. There is a pride flag and oh wow, that's very woke. I don't know that game. Good for them. Others have guessed. Okay, yeah. I should trust my gut more. Tropico 6. There is a military. There is a a military guy on this. Can I zoom in maybe a little? Make it a bit bigger. There we go. So that could mean it might be. Well, no, that could also mean it's woke because it could address politics and stuff. But it could also just be a basic basic management simulator game. You're right, Rose. There's also to be considered of whether or not these people would like these games. Because if they like the games, then they're not woke. And if they don't like them, then they are. So we're gonna go with nah if they're popular in that area. Yep, contains no woke content. Also, yeah, could be more of a captain. It's more even though. Across the group, this screams woke. Yeah. Slightly woke. Subtly pro-LGBTQ+ messaging. Homosexual romance option. Okay. Never grind online. Something's telling me woke. Not woke. Okay. Spellbound. That's gotta be woke. Look at them. Look at them. They're so colorful. Yeah. Pronoun selection and customization. NPCs have pronouns displayed next to their names. Aria is non-binary and uses they, them pronouns. I do like that despite all of this, despite going through all this effort to be so petty, I've still seen like cases where like we've had these they've given these descriptions of like, oh, overtly LGBTQ plus and blah blah blah, like being homophobic, but then still like correctly gendering, like using correct pronouns for the characters, you know? It's like, I acknowledge these people exist, I just don't like it. Dragon Ball has to be, if it's popular with them though. But there has to be woke stuff in Dragon Ball, right? But also, is that game popular with them? I should turn on music, actually. I should turn on some music. It's very quiet. I'm also gonna change the category to let's go for just chatting. Let's go for the Ace Attorney OSD, why not? And let me swap this to the BGM. Okay. And this where I also have to take a little break because my my stomach is not having a fun time right now. It is telling me to speed downstairs. So impromptu 10-minute break. Sorry about that. I will see you in a bit. Alright, I'm back. I have returned. My bowel has been sufficiently emptied. So... we are back. The Ace Attorney Jazz album, that one is brilliant. Ace Attorney, I don't think I know that one. But also, I prefer to stay on the safe side with, like... BGM, because I can't remove it from the YouTube VOD, so... Anyway. Dragon Ball is difficult because there's a lot of customization, but the whole Freezer race is non-binary, by the way. I'm gonna say woke. Yeah, of course not. It's very evenly split. I had a feeling, because Dragon Ball seems like the kind of thing that these people would enjoy, and because they enjoy it, it can't be too woke. So I gotta go with that. Oh, that's gotta be. Yeah, that screams woke classification. Agents Mayhem. I'm gonna go out on a whim. I don't know this one. I only know have heard the name. Features multiple playable characters. According to the developers, Hollywood is pansexual and Braddock is a lesbian. Oh, good for them. Outerworld seems woke. I don't know. I don't actually know Outerworlds, but I'm gonna assume it's woke. Yep, slightly woke. The alien species are non-binary and use they, them pronouns. Lost Civilization also uses both male and female pronouns. Okay. A kiss for the pet. I mean, yeah. Player character's lesbian? Yeah, easy. Torment Tides of woke. Just vibes. Half-Life. Is Half-Life woke? I know of Half-Life. I know nothing about Half-Life. Would this game be popular with them? If so, it's not. Otherwise, it is. You know what? We've had a couple of woke ones in a row, so statistically, surely, yeah, had to be one. Legend of K Anniversary. I mean, there's a furry in here, so I'm gonna go woke. No, okay. It's fine. We had a max score of 9. Watch Dogs 2. No. Okay. I'm gonna try to speedrun this. Harmony. But the Fall of Reverie. Woke. Yep. Storyteller. Woke. Yes. Unwording. Woke. Yes. Pro DEI. The player character has depression. So Mania, if you're still here and wondering what people now what these people nowadays consider woke, if you're pro DEI, if you talk about depression, if you acknowledge depression, you are woke. Anybody, I'm gonna say, is that a black character? In which case I might have to swap to, yeah. Oh, but that's not the, okay, that's not a criticism of it, okay. So, oh, come on. Yeah. Yeah. Major character expresses romantic attraction to the play. Oh, yeah, because of Monica. Yeah. Hotspot woke. Yeah. Pro-climate. Oh, right, I forgot the climate thing. Right. Gotta think not just gender and queer stuff, but also, like, climate change and whatnot. That's why I'm gay. It's the depression. Science Gate gotta be woke. Yeah. Feature story. Luca's story is called Hermaphrodites in the Labyrinth and features the female version of the... Online Obsession? Woke. Yep. Fable and woke. Yep. We're on a roll. Monster Camp? Oh, so woke. Distant Bloom? Woke. They them pronouns? Yep. The Beast Within. A Gabriel Knight. I don't know. This seems like something they might enjoy, so I'm tempted to go not woke. I'm trying to think. What do we have? Pronouns? Probably not. Queer people? Possibly, but maybe not. Classic point and click game? I'm gonna go no. It's been a while. Fuck! Friedrich von Glower runs a male-only social club and had a gay lover before the events. Fuck. Okay, 20. 20. What if we go, what if we try out hard mode? Final Fantasy gotta be woke. Yeah, Final Fantasy is absolutely woke. Street Jam The Rise, I'm gonna go woke. Yep. Heroes of the West. Woke. Okay. Not woke. Getting Over It. I mean, I don't recall there being anything woke in Getting Over It. But I don't know, maybe one of Bennett Foddy's 50,000 dialogues when you fall for the 10,000th time? I'm gonna say no. Okay, no woke content. Dark Souls, surely. Okay. Change back and forth 3 male and female. Okay. What is that? What even is that? I'm gonna say no. Yeah, I don't even know what that is. Remake of something. Battleblock Theater? Oh, come on, that's gotta be woke. Battleblock Theater is not woke? The game that has theater in its name is not woke? Come on! Okay, I guess not. Not to them. Darksiders 2, Death in it. Nah. No woke content, okay. Final Fantasy, woke. Never mind, apparently the second one isn't woke. Expeditions of... It's Rome. It's Rome. Historically inaccurate female combatants. Bestia is also improbable. The Roman Republic was not known for freeing slaves / gladiators. Females did not fight males. Right. This screams... Never mind. Contains multiple forms of woke messaging, some overt and some more subtle. See full... Okay, so spoilery stuff. Alright. FF2 has a villain a drag dude. Well, apparently that's not woke enough. It's not as woke as pronouns. Heart space shipwreck. If you can choose your pronouns, then it's woke. Never mind. Anti-capitalism? Oh no. We don't want that in our games. Oh well, we had that. What did they say? I think they said nah. Yeah. Because they like it. Land of the Vikings. Gonna go woke. Pro DEI. Women are able to occupy historically inaccurate roles and engage in the same day-to-day activities as men. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that like a lot of people like is like a lot of cultures that where people assume that women were like so mistreated and couldn't do anything actually had quite the, you know, active female population and stuff. With women actually taking a lot of initiative. I don't know if that's the case for the Vikings, but you know. Yeah, we also gotta keep in mind the anti-capitalism and anti-corpo. King Arthur, Knight's Tale, surely that's woke. Never mind, that's not woke. We're gonna do 2 more. I'm gonna see if I can best my score of 10, and if not, then I want to go to another little thing that I found recently, and that seems fun. Vikings were not great to women, but their women did do things. Yeah. This is the president. Woke. Yeah. Overtly anti-Western society messaging. Heavy social commentary on US politics. Forces you to watch a musical about an alleged past gay romance affair. Oh no, the horrors. Mountain Blade Bannerlord Nah. Yeah. Hero's Hour, that looks woke. Never mind, it's not woke. Medieval Dynasty, woke. Yes. Metal Slug X, woke. Yes. Fate of the World, woke. Yes. Pro climate action. Chicken Invaders, not woke. Yes. Killing time at light speed. Woke. Pro LGBTQ+, pro transhumanism, pro DEI, and pro climate. Wow, we got the whole, almost the whole package. There we go. Portal. 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 I think they wouldn't like it enough. Fuck, they do like it enough. Yeah, my streak currently is, nada. My top streak is 5. I want to get at least over 5. Lonely Mountain Snow Riders. Woke. Body type sliders that have male-female distinction. Alright. Soulstone War. Woke. Yes. Multiple gender identities. Okay. Envirogolf. Nah. Fuck. Woke. Demonizes golfers and golf courses by highlighting potentially negative environmental impacts of the sport. Calls the player poison to the earth. Wow, okay. It says Envirogolf. I'm stupid. It was in the name. I should have guessed. Okay. Oh, DMC has to be woke, right? DMC is not woke? DMC always screamed woke to me. Maybe the later games? Huh. Not that DMC. Fair, fair. Wrong DMC. If they call Bioshock non-political, I'm gonna lose my mind. Also, Ez, how you doing? Suspicious blue link. I assume that's like for spoilery stuff. Monitor the game. Woke. Yeah. Includes details about a homosexual relationship. Oh, no. Dragon Ball The Breakers? Season 9. I mean, the last Dragon Ball wasn't woke. So I'm gonna assume this one isn't either. Yep, because it's Dragon Ball. And right-wingers love Dragon Ball. Chicken Invade. I feel like we had that one. Oh, did we have a similar one? Did we have the first one? Was that one woke? Fuck, I forgot. I'm gonna say woke. Fuck. I need to beat my... I at least need to get over 5. Vanquish. Nah. Okay. Neo. Woke. Fuck. Age of Empires. Woke. Fuck. I'm losing it. House Flipper. Woke. Okay. Dragon Ball and Xenoverse. Not woke. That DMC has a social anti-capitalist commentary. Also, the main character is a hybrid between an angel and a demon. I mean, then it should be woke. I guess it's just not woke because they enjoy it. Chivalry 2. Can you choose pronouns? I'm gonna say woke. Yeah. 13 female head options. Selecting a female head does not alter the body, which still appear as male. I see. It's not woke because you... That is true, that is true. If they don't understand the message, then it can't be woke. Counter-Strike 2 seems like it'd be popular with them. But could also... I don't know Counter-Strike. So... pro DEI. Peglin, woke. Fuck. No, that seems somewhat dystopian. Never mind. Copper Odyssey, woke. Okay. Interactivity, woke. Fuck. What does that say? I don't even know what that says. I'm gonna say it's not woke. Fuck. If it's raw manly, it's not considered woke? Yeah, probably. Lords of Infinity, woke. Okay. The thing that's impressive is, like, these people have to have played these games, at least to an extent, to know all of this. Because some of these are, like, very specific. Some of these are like, oh, there's an NPC towards the end of the game or something that talks about having a gay lover. Like, these people have to have played and paid attention enough to conclude that, yes, this is woke. And I don't like this at all. Or so I tell myself. These people see playthroughs? That's another option. But like some of these games, I feel like it's hard to find playthroughs of. Either way, they have to have experienced the game enough to get to these sections and go, oh. Another character reveals she is female after 2 games of appearing male. This is literally just like, this character's gender was not disclosed, but she says she is female. It's not even like, oh, like it's not even like confirmed trans or anything. Colony ship, woke. Fuck, god damn it. Team fight manager, woke. Okay. Barrow trauma, woke. Nope. Planet side, woke. Oh, just for pro LGBTQ, okay. Splendor, woke. Fuck. I'm gonna speedrun this. Tonnage, woke. Underrail, not woke. Murder Circus, not woke. Fuck. Not woke. Yeah. It can be silly. It can be cute and silly. But there's a fine line. Remember, kids, you must always notify your gender ahead of time to the Office of Right-Wing Registration. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is so woke. What? Oh, fuck off! Yu-Gi-Oh! Is so woke. There's 2 gay boys right in this picture. What do you mean, not woke? Yusaku is canonically in love with a male-presenting character. What do you mean it's not woke? And not even just... I'm not even gonna touch this guy. Maybe if they only watched the dub, yeah. Maybe if they only watched the dub. Because the dub literally censors... The dub censored a whole gay love confession at the end of Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains, which I am still pissed about. They censored a character, a guy literally confessing his love to the main character. This is bullshit. They covered boobs a few times in cards? Yeah, dude. I'm gonna say no. Yeah. Very military. Looks like. I'm gonna say woke. Yep. DEI. Oh no. Female frontline combatants. Oh no. With improbable biographies. Oh no. They're just roommates. Listen, the thing is, like, you could, like, in the dub, sure, but in the sub, the funniest thing is that, like, you can't even make that argument, because they literally, like, the character literally says, I love you. And they use I as love, like, the more intimate kind of love. Like, there is no, like, you can't even, they're just roommates that. Just 2 bros. Cradling each... One bro cradling his bro in his arm, telling him he loves him. We all know women cannot shoot people, that's right. Tower 57... woke. I had a feeling. Anti-capitalism? Oh, dear god. Grimoire. Nah. Okay. 4. We're so close. Age of Empires HD edition. Woke. Yes. What? We need one more. One more. Space Marine. This could go either way. Oh, it's Warhammer. I didn't even see the title. It's Warhammer. Is Warhammer woke? Is Warhammer woke? Fuck! We go again. We go again. Now I'm in it for a long haul. Now it's Principal. 3 stars. Woke. Fuck. We're speedrunning. Aliens. Woke. Super Meat Boy? Nah. Fuck. Zup? Nah. Legend of K? I feel like that's not woke. We saw that earlier. Visks 2. Very secure. Woke. Yes. Bioforce. Woke. Slightly woke. We take it. Woke. Really? There's a woman with rainbow colored hair in it, and she's holding a gun. What do you mean that's not considered woke? What do you mean that's not considered woke? Fuck. The title being bro force made me think not woke. That is very fair, actually. Mordau. Not woke. Fuck. It's always the last one. Buck up and drive. Woke. Okay. Gemcraft. Not woke. Indiana Jones. Now, hold on. We gotta ponder this. Would the crowd like Indiana Jones? It's Lego. But also Lego is low-key woke. So, yeah. Pro DEI. Okay. Fish Glutton? I swear, that cannot be. What about Fish Glutton is gonna be woke? Are they gonna go like some like anti-capitalism, anti-consumerism fucking commentary? I'm gonna go woke. Fuck. I should have trusted my gut. Spring Falls, woke. Okay. Snood? Woke. Okay. Tropico 4. Not woke. Okay. Dorf Romantic. Wait, that's Deutsch. Dorf Romantic. That's German. Woke. Fuck. No German woke games. Warhammer Space Marine 2 is woke because black people can be Space Marines? Oh no. One bin boss. What? The Ally achievement features a pride flag and is awarded for using one of the there's a queer color palette. We appreciate that. Yeah, there is no consistency here whatsoever. Return of Obra Dinn. Woke. Pro DEI. Yep. DEFCON. Woke. Okay. The second one was not considered woke. But I'm gonna say that the first one is. Never mind. Maybe it started with like 3 or 4. Not woke. Woke. Not woke. Not woke. Fuck. Woke. No. Not woke. Fuck. I'm losing it, chat. I'm losing it. Red alert. Woke. There's a woman there. Never mind. Women are okay now. We like women now. Woke. Pro DEI. Tropico was not woke. Hitman. Woke as hell. So woke. Acquitted. Self-defense versus the brain. This screams like... Okay, this... If it's not, I apologize, but this looks like a game that was made by an anti-woke person or team. Woke. Every time. Again. One more. Woke. Yes! We beat it! We did it! We beat our streak of 5! I mean, yeah, the inconsistency is very accurate. Final Fantasy doesn't work until, like, 4. Funnily enough, that, like... 4 is the first one, like, the first one I got was 4, and that one was actually woke, so yes. So I guess 1 to 3 aren't woke. Okay, we'll see how far we can go. Jade Empire. Woke. 3. Okay, the first 3 aren't woke. It started with 4. Desperados 3, woke. Top streak of 8. Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. Now, before we end stream, one more fun thing that I want to do that is more up my alley. There's an AO3-dle. There's an AO3-dle. Which character has more... Which character has more fix? This is my alley. I've done this one a couple times, my best is 23. I'm not even gonna bother with normal mode. I'm gonna go hard mode right away. Okay, I'm gonna go with hard mode. Remove AI results. Did I cross that? Yes, okay. No AI. Okay, some of these aren't gonna load as well. I think it's just the formatting of the site. Alex from Minecraft or Kirishima from My Hero. 67 is a lot of fix. But Kirishima, also pretty popular. I mean, My Hero Academia, I mean, Kiribaku is really big. Yeah. 71. I'm in the way of the other ones. Futaba or Greninja. Greninja is a very popular one. Greninja is very popular, but I think Futaba might have it beat. Oh yeah, yeah. $4.99. Rengoku or no? Surely. Yeah, easy, easy. Yae Miko. Ooh, Yae Miko or... No, Torobaku clears. Yeah, oh my god, yeah, 158k. Do I move myself a little? Do I move myself somewhere? I move myself over here. So you can actually see it better. Mira Jane, obviously. Fanfics are the polar opposite of R34. Yeah, this is the queer realm. Taokaka from Blaze Blue, don't know, but this is a JoJo character. So I'm giving it, yeah, JoJo buff. Nico Robin or Jules. That's one of the more popular ones, I feel like. But but it's Robin. Gonna go with the Does this guy have any popular ships? Does he? If so, then I might have to give it to him. But 12k, it is Robin. Very canonical best friend. Ah, no. Okay, not enough. Not enough. Gonna refill my water. Yeah, yeah. The wrong JoJo. But we're gonna do it again. Pauline from Super Mario or Saratobi Asum. I don't know why I feel like Pauline could have. You know, a little... Okay, okay. I thought wrong. I should have had more faith in Azuma. Roadhog? I don't even know who you are. Or Ritsuko Akagi from Neon Genesis. I don't even know who you are. Where did you come from? I feel like I've seen this woman around. Gonna go with Ava. Oh, that's Overwatch. Gonna go with Ava. Okay. Mai from Dragon Ball or Hinata? I feel like Hinata's gotta. Yeah. Rosa from Pokemon or Kagamine. Ooh, vocalist. I don't know. I forgot who Rosa is, but I'm gonna go with. Okay, I should have looked up who that was. Ooh, okay, Toga versus Jotaro. That could be a close one. That could be a close one. That is the JoJo's guy. That is John JoJo. But if we're talking about like Toga and Uyaraka are very popular. I'm gonna go with Toga. It was pretty close. Palutena or Chi-Chi? I'm gonna go with Chi-Chi. Yeah. I didn't click that, but I guess, okay, thank you. I accidentally clicked, but that was lucky. Medley or Neji? Oh, come on. Yeah, easy. I forget it continues automatically. Mitsuki or Lady Dimitrescu? Dimitrescu, whatever. I'm gonna go with Mitsuki. Yep. Nobara or... this isn't AO3. This isn't hour 34, I mean. We saw what Robin had earlier. Robin had 12k. Chica from Five Nights at Freddy's or Yoruichi? Chica only has 6k? Wow. I mean... I think I'm gonna have to go with Yoruichi. Never mind, I lie. I'm not gonna have to go with Yoruichi. Katara or Avatar buff? Yeah. Medio or Toriel? Never mind, Toriel clears. Is it the Soriel? Fubuki from One Punch Man or Foxy? Come on, Foxy. Clear, yeah. Toriel had like 12k. Yeah. Morgana from League of Legends. Oh, wait, 2 League of Legends characters? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that's bad. I don't know anything about these characters, by the way. You know what, Pan? I'm gonna trust you and go for Morgana. Okay. Okay, now we're getting to it. Sasunaru or Satosugu? I've never played League. Well, you were right. Ooh. Huh. One of the biggest yaoi in history or one of the biggest yaoi today? I feel like the Naruto one, it's died down since. I'm gonna give it to Gojo. That was very close. 45 to 51. Oh, come on. Jean? Yeah. I don't know who you are, but I don't... Oh, wait. Wait, that's Sarah. Wait, that's Sarah. Ugh. But she has more than 170. She has a couple thousand at least. Yeah, usually every like most Genshin characters have at least a couple thousand. Piek? Apparently, I've gotten this one before and she had more than I thought she would. But does she have that many? Is it that many? Da, 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 da. I feel like I would have seen her around more. Yeah. Soldier 76 or Shigo? I mean... Okay, I overestimated the Impossible fandom. I want to see if I can go like maybe. I mean, I'm not gonna be 23 because that was a normal mode, but Junko or Junko. Colette or Alphys? I feel like, I mean, Alphys. I mean, with Undyed, yeah. The canonical lesbian, Korra or Sucrose? I think Korra might have gotten this. Yeah. Shikamaru, one of my favorite characters in all of Naruto, by the way. Or Emilia. Shikamaru, I think, is enough of a side character. Never mind, he's not. I lied. I want to get at least a 10. Daki from Demon Slayer or Akiba? Yeah, give my boy some love! Rangiku or Marie Rose, dead or alive? Oh, they gotta, Surely. Yeah. 46, easy. Sidon or Karlach? Sidon only has 4K? Damn. Damn, okay. But it is Baldur's Gate 3. I don't know how popular this one is. But over 3K, over 4K, I could see that. Yeah. Jiraiya or Princess Bubblegum from Adventure Time. Wait, is she one of the No, she's not one of- Is she one of the lesbians? I don't think she is, actually. Is she? Is she like a more main character? I don't know her, her role. Wonder how much this will be affected if you remove the, Ares indicator? Like the what indicator? One of the main lesbians? Oh, come on. Never mind! Master Roshi or Inosuke? Easy. Yuzuki Yukari from Vocaloid or Overwatch buff? Yep. Ningguang or Monica? Ooh. Gonna go with Ningguang. Yeah. Juno from Overwatch or Marnie? Oh, is Marnie the golf girl? Ooh. Yeah, okay, thank you for not showing me either of them. Overwatch buff? I don't know who Juno is, though. I haven't seen Juno. Or I haven't heard the name Juno a lot. Gonna go for Marnie. Oh, yeah. Easy. Tracer or Morgan Le Fay from Fate Grand or... It is FGO, but how popular is Morgan Le Fay? I feel like I've heard that name around. What is it over 5K? Yeah, no, at first I was like, Morgan Fay? Well, that's easy. I'm gonna with Tracer. Never mind. I want to see how am I gonna do with normal? How am I gonna do on normal? How's that gonna go for me? Albedo or Tamari? Albedo. Easy. Captain Marvel or this girl from Kakegurui? Yep. Inko Midoriya or Koopa Troopa? Yep, these ones are easier. Wendy, my love. You are beautiful, you are wonderful, you are my daughter, but, like, the lesbian? Yeah. Barbara or Mirko? Barbara. Genshin buff. Princess Zelda or Tangle the Listen, this one might get more on this. Well, this one might have the upper hand over a couple characters on R34, but yeah. Pearl from Splatoon 2 or Tarya? I haven't heard that name enough, so I'm gonna go with Pearl from Splatoon. Yep. Naruto or Megumin? That's easy. Venti or I don't even have to look at the other one. Captain Marvel or Birdo? Listen, if Koopa didn't win, Birdo sure as hell isn't gonna. Even though I, very much... What was Birdo's gender again? I forgot. Nami or Megumin? Nami. Tangle is a lesbian, but Tangle doesn't even show up in a console game? Oh, well. Ranma or Endeavor? Yeah, thought so. I'm sure there's a lot of Endeavor and All Might stuff out there, and like familial ships, not ships, familial fics. Bonnie or Rebuild if I can get... I feel like it's gotta be Bonnie, right? Yeah. Shida Hoshi? Oh, her. I remember her. Or Jotaro. Easy. 13k. Shadow or Raftalia? Rising of the Shield Hero. Shadow. Oh, Alistair Hasbin Hotel? Surely. Yeah. 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 Shiga or Morgana? Morgana. Yep. These are much easier. Keigo Takami or... yeah. Ballora or Shikamaru? Wow. Aloy or Toriel? Toriel had like in the 10Ks, I believe. Yeah. Mikasa or Akari from Pokemon? I forget who Akari is, but it is Mikasa. I'm gonna go with Mikasa. Yeah. Albedo or Taokaka? Easy. No chance. Surge the Tenrek. Look, I'm not that deep into, like, more niche Sonic characters, but this one looks cool. But I don't think they're gonna beat Shikamaru. Well, we've beaten the stream. Oh, okay, it's Peachette. If you had given me Peach, I might have been a little more worried. But Sand Sweep. Yeah. All Might or Nijima Makoto? No, I don't think Makoto has that many. I think All Might clears. Yeah. Surge only in the comics? Ah. Ladybug or Lucario? It's not R34, so I'm gonna go with Ladybug. She isn't even in the mobile game, it's that bad? Oh no. Lynn from Fire Emblem or Bonnie? Bonnie has a couple thousand. Yep. Can we get to 30? Kaminari or Scout? I'm sorry, whoever you are, Scout, you have no shot. Gerald of Rivia. Okay, the Witcher character or a hell of a boss, but not a very popular one. Never mind. At 29, it is over. We almost got to 30. This is more tense than I thought it would be. This one is actually easier for me because I read a lot of fics and I understand how fandoms work a bit more. Streak is die. Indeed, that was the streak. That was our streak. Alas. Alas. From behind with a steel chair, yeah. I mean, I knew that The Witcher was popular, but... That's another thing you gotta consider, right? There's popular games, but the question is, who are they popular with? You know? Apparently The Witcher is popular enough with the queers and with the writers, so... I can't read, so it's difficult. That is fair. That is fair. I have a Shuaka fic that I started a couple days ago that has like 30-something, 37 chapters or something, and I'm like on chapter 29 or 30. I'm almost done with it. It's a very good one. I'm also waiting for like 6 fighty ships to fics to update. You don't want to see the amount of open AO3 tabs that I have. It is a lot for various fandoms. Can't wrap my head around the AO3 UI. It's actually pretty simple. Hold on. I mean, I can just... That's my inbox, don't worry about that. Basically, you don't have to even go... You don't even have to go to the starting site. You go, like... You Google a piece of media, like you Google this anime or this show, AO3, and you're led to the tag. And then you can just... If you're insane, you can just scroll down until you find something, or you can use the filters, where you can include whatever you want. You can include whatever you want. Fandoms, characters, relationships, specific tags, or you can exclude whatever you want. You can decide if you want a crossover, if you want the fic to be ongoing or completed, how many words it should be long, max or minimum. You can search for like specific words that aren't established tags. Like sometimes when I look for chat fics, I just type in chat and that'll get me something, and the language and stuff. Yeah, the unverified tags, like literally the one thing that I wish AO3 had is a broad filter where if you include any of these tags, like not for the exclude makes sense obviously, but if you go like I want this rating, I wanted, okay, that's not really that, but I want, I don't know, I want my hurt comfort. I type several tags here. I want to be able to get matches that have at least one of them, not necessarily all of them, because right now if you filter for like 5 tags, it'll only show fics that have all 5 tags, and not just any one of them or any combination of them. That is the one thing that I wish they would add. Just like a little there's a little box you can tick that's like broad match, include like broad matches or no broad matches or something. Yeah, an or tag, for example. Yeah. Exactly. Also, I haven't read an OnStars fic in a while. I haven't checked it on OnStars in a minute. I want to catch up with the story eventually. I miss OnStars. I miss Yuzuru. But yeah, honestly, it's pretty simple. And then there's like kudos are the likes. Bookmarks are bookmarks. And yeah, pretty much. I've seen manga piracy sites that look less virusy. They couldn't be more. No, like AO3 is AO3 is absolutely not. I can guarantee you, it is not nearly like. AO3 is literally the biggest, or at least one of the biggest fanfiction sites. It is not sketchy. I can assure you that much. Like, you're not gonna get any virus from this site. Yeah, AO3 is like one of the most established fandom sites ever. Just looks it does have a very basic setup. Yeah, it's a very basic set, but there's also like layouts, like skins you can choose. You know, snow blue, flashbang, but it makes some things blue. I like my dark mode. Oh, there we go. I think it's just like the fact that like it's not like as colorful or it's honestly like on the simpler side, all things considered. Even if you aren't an AO3 reader, you can't avoid hearing about it. It's that popular. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Like I feel like nowadays the two most popular fanfic sites are Wattpad, and that one's different from AO. AO3 is mostly for ships. What is it? Wattpad? Wattpad? Wattpod? That one's more for like the ex-reader kind of fix. Usually people like migrate from Wattpad or fanfiction.net or like another one that I can't recall right now to AO3. Yeah, there's also no ads. AO3 has no ads whatsoever. What, like, what? That doesn't tell me much. I haven't heard that word in English yet either, so. The internet is so cooked that no ads is a sign of sketchiness. Honestly, yeah, kind of. Which is funny, because usually I would consider a site that has, like, a lot of ads to be way more sketchy than one that has none. Are they crowdfunded? They do have like donations and stuff, yeah. They have occasional donation campaigns that they always like smash out of the park. Yeah. But I love AO3. It has its flaws, but all in all it's good. It's also the fact that like although there is flaws with the system as well, but I remember, I think you actually need, like, if you want to register an account, you need an invitation, essentially. Like, you need to have your account approved before you can use it. You can't just log on, or you can't just create one and be done with it. But yeah, AO3 is lovely. AO3 is a lovely, lovely site. I just wish they could include broad matches at some point. But I don't recall them having done like any like major updates to the filtering system or of the sort recently. So, oh god. AO3's biggest flaw, I only like niche characters, so all the fics I see are like 1k words. I mean, to be fair, that's just a fandom flaw. But I know what you mean. I know what you mean. That's me with like some entire fandoms. Dude, the Show by Rock fandom, not a lot there, I can tell you that. I can tell you that much. And if you like one of the more underrated Show by Rock characters, well, you're gonna be lucky if there's even 2 fics of them. Even 1. That is wise, Walid. Yes, yes. If you know any, then it is best not to talk of them, not to speak of them publicly. Because we have already lost enough. We don't need more. Yes, it's the entire Ace Attorney OST. There's a whole playlist. Yeah, like, pirating sites are doing rough these days. Not only because people cannot fucking keep their traps shut and feel the need to go, hey guys, this right here is a great pirating site. If you want to watch anime without having to pay, if you want to read manga without, go on this site, check this site out. And then it gets hundreds of thousands of views on Twitter. Like, goddamn. Have we left our brain cells in a ditch? I think it's just growing pains. Yeah. But even still, you'd think that they wouldn't just blurt these things out if they actually care. You know? Did you know Nintendo has an anti-piracy, anti-emulation hotline? I feel like I've heard of that. Manga Twitter is a skirt? Yeah. Oh yeah, Pan, there's been several piracy sites that have been taken down recently. Like manga, like scanlations and stuff. Which, you know, essentially renders a lot of like less popular manga inaccessible now. Because there's no official translations, they're not sold in the West. So you could only really find them on those sites, and they've been taken down. Several of those, several cases like that recently. It sucks. It is awful. Comic and Bato are major ones. Yeah, I don't know the names, but it is very unfortunate. So yeah, if you know any good piracy sites, don't tell me or anyone that you worry may spread them in the public. For the Kinnikuman community, it's a problem. I can imagine. I can imagine. Yeah, it sucks. The one I use is very old. They're still going strong. Oh yeah, they're like not all of them. There's still a handful that are still alive and doing their thing and are flying under the radar, and that's good. That's good. Like, you know, piracy is a whole thing that people have several opinions about, but at the end of the day, if you can't, number one, if the legal means are overpriced, and if they're literally inaccessible elsewhere, then you're not leaving people much of a choice. Found some piracy sites by searching for an obscure video game? Fair. Fair. Sometimes you just stumble upon them. I don't think talking about piracy sites in a small group causes them any harm. Oh yeah, like like with friends or something, or in smaller groups, sure. But when you go on Twitter and you post about this great piracy site and that tweet just so happens to take off, you are very much putting them at risk. Because you are very much shoving them into the public eye for publishers and stuff and like copyright holders to see. Or on a bigger stream, yeah. Like, here, it's probably fine, but I'm not gonna risk it. Just looking for references for Wikipedia, and there's more piracy sites than news and blogs. We first migrated to comic after the manga. Oh yeah, manga decks! I remember, that was a big one. That got caught up, didn't it? After comic, the only way to read new translated chapters were only on Bato. Yeah. Yeah, PSA, don't talk about it on social media. That's the most important thing. That's the most important thing. Don't talk about piracy sites on social media if you want them to stay around. I feel like manga, I mean, there's also like, which to be fair, never really got, but there's like some sites that essentially look the same and are almost the same size, and they just have different thingies, like different handles like at the end. Like some of like DE and .com and net and GO or whatever. Which I don't know what the difference is between them. I just know sometimes I see like 15 that are basically the same site. I like this OST. It's a vibe. Oh, right. It's like Manga Deck still exists, but a ton of media got taken down. That might have been it, yeah. Right. I do remember you. I do remember you coming in here a while back when that happened, Walid. Yeah, some are backups, some are scams. Oh well. Anyway. Oh god. Whew. Oh, yeah. Video game piracy seems to be more common for Nintendo games. Yeah, because Nintendo games are expensive as shit now. And also they're not accessible. Like, there's a lot of, like, older games that you literally just cannot buy. Because, like, the eShop got shut down. Shut down. Games that used to be on the eShop for, like, DS and stuff, but got shut down, you just can't get them anymore. So. And Nintendo out here complaining, like, yeah, no, still, it's illegal, don't do that. When, like, okay, then give us other means to buy the fucking games. What do you expect? Exactly, like, yeah, we took this game off the market. What, do you want to play it again? Get fucked. Oh, piracy? No, we will sue you. Like, God. Oh. There we go. Okay, see, now I'm like, now I'm not centered anymore. I want to be centered. Let me be centered. Can I be centered? Do you turn that far? No. Okay. Am I more centered now? No, not quite. I'm not centered. I wish to be more centered. I am more centered now, I think. I'm a little more centered now. Kind of. I'm a little more centered. I'll take that. Move your desk and chair? Ah, that's more effort, though. That's more work than just moving the model. We like our streamers a little off balance. It's fine. My coordination already sucks, so this is lore accurate. Anyway, that's gonna be it from me. So much for a shorter stream. It's almost at 4 hours. But that's fine. Next week we have the live stream on Friday, and besides that, we'll have to see. We will see. Exactly, like you don't see indie games being pirated a lot unless the developers suck. But indie games usually aren't pirated a lot because number one, they're more affordable. Pretty much, they're more affordable. And you're not feeding a big corpo, you're feeding like independent studios and teams that actually like worked very hard on this. Professionals of standards, indeed. Anyway, I thank y'all for being here today. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. I wish all of you a lovely rest of your day, night, whatever time it is for you. Consider checking out the Blue Sky, the Twitch, the Twitter, the YouTube. Speaking of fanfics, if you like reading and if you like certain pieces of media and if you like reading fanfics, I do actually occasionally write on AO3. I'm pretty sure it's also linked somewhere on either my Twitch or YouTube or somewhere. And if you like anime reactions, we have a Patreon that I'm going to be starting to promote a little more soon. Where we currently are reacting to Fairy Tail. 100 Years Quest, Twisted Wonderland, and a new anime that I've already have a couple episodes recorded for that is gonna start next week. Which I guess I can already say. I was gonna make the announcement tomorrow anyway. We're gonna be starting Medalist next week. One that I've been very excited to check out and I'm loving so far. So yeah, that's also a thing. Anyway, stay safe, y'all. Take care. And I may see you again next week. Bye-bye!